Hello guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today is a very special day for me because I am applying for PR. やばい、なんかすごい緊張します。なんでだろうこの緊張感。So yeah, it's happening after living for 2.5 years. So in this video I will talk about why I am applying for PR, my thought process, some of the pros and cons of becoming a PR. Before getting into the details, I wanted to introduce myself briefly, but I had to go through my Amazon Drive to figure out when I first came here. So it seemed like I first visited Singapore in 2017. That's where I met my wife. And after my traveling and freelancing, I decided to officially move here from Japan in January 2019 with a job offer. But my corporate life didn't last long. 6 months later, I decided to quit and make my own company, and that's how I do YouTube right now. So that's my story, and yes, I only lived here for 2.5 years, and it might be too early to apply for PR, but I don't know, like Singapore is already like my second home. I still remember before the COVID, every time I come back to Singapore, I just feel so relieved, so happy, so excited. And I'm not applying for PR because of some of the advantages. I feel like I want to root myself more in this country. Like I'm married to a local and I also have beautiful, great in-laws, but I'm always a foreigner. I'm still a foreigner. I mean, becoming a PR doesn't change the fact that I'm a foreigner. I'm still a foreigner, but I think I want that more deeper connection. すごい緊張しますが、このリンゴを食べた後、皆さんに見守られながら、ここで永住権の申請をしたいなと思います。And after that, I will cover some of the pros and cons. Singapore PR. So this is the government's website where you apply for PR. To become a permanent resident, you must be spouse of a Singapore citizen or Singapore PR. Unmarried child aged below 21, born within the context of a legal marriage. Aged parent of an SC, holder of an EP or SPAS, student studying in Singapore or foreign investor in Singapore. So I fall in the first segment. Because my wife is Singaporean. よし、とりあえず最低限の条件を満たしてるんですが、説明した通り就業ビザを持っている方も一応永住権は申請できます。ただ、正直よっぽど給料が高くないとか、あとは在住年数がよっぽど長くないとかなり厳しいっていうのがよく言われてることです。シンガポール政府もやっぱり今慎重らしいんですよね。誰にその永住権を与えるか、これまで偽造結婚とかいろんな問題があったので、かなり慎重にこの人ならシンガポールに長くいてくれて長く貢献してくれそうだなっていう方を選んでるんです。で、僕これまで永住権申請しなかった理由があるんですよ。で、その一番大きいのが簡単じゃないんですね。はい、近頃めちゃくちゃ難しくなってるっていうのは聞いてるんですよ、ここ数年。Even if you're married to a Singaporean, it's not easy unless you have kids. So if you have kids, it's higher possibility you get granted a PR. But again, the government doesn't really tell the criteria of getting a PR. It's like a black box. でもよく言われてるのが若い方がいいとか、現地民と結婚して子供がいるとか、あとは、給料が高いとか、あとは職種も聞きますね。成長産業にいるかとか、あとはどれだけ税金を払ったとか。So I'm not really sure. Even if I apply, I will get a PR because, you know, I've only lived here for 2.5 years. Obviously, I didn't pay that much tax yet. So I don't know, I'm kind of nervous, but yeah, let's do this. Okay, I applied. All I can do now is to just wait. I heard it's gonna take around like 6 months to process. Okay, so why do people apply for Singapore PR? What are some of the pros and cons? I'm not going to cover everything. I will just cover the general one. Number one, you are more secure with PR. So normally for us foreigners, we work with a working pass. The two most popular ones are S Pass and EP Pass. And with the EP Pass, you're allowed to work and stay in Singapore. So what happens if you get like laid off or if you quit your company? Your EP Pass will not be valid, and you can only stay in Singapore for additional 1 month. So you're supposed to find the next job within the 1 month. So it's kind of tough especially if you get laid off. But with the PR, that already grants you the freedom to stay in Singapore. So even if you get laid off, you can stay here. You don't have to like rush to find the next job. You can stay here. Pros number 2, it's also easier to find a job. 例えば EP っていう就労ビザだと最低賃金$4500ないと発行できないんですね。でそれって38万円ぐらい月給なので会社によってはもうそんな人材雇えませんと。Number 3, this one's pretty big too. If you have a PR, you can be self-employed. Or you can have a side job. If you're working on an EP Pass or S Pass, you're not allowed to do freelancing. You're only allowed to work for your company. So that's why I had to make my own company and do YouTube as my business. But with the PR, I'm more flexible. I can be employed by a company and also do YouTube at the same time. I can also sell my carnitas, my lasagna. Pros number 4, with the PR, you are now eligible to become a citizen. Pros number 5, if I get the PR, I will be able to purchase an HDB flat, which is public housing, or even EC, executive condo. So currently, sadly, I live in my beautiful HDB flat, but I'm only listed as an occupier because I'm a complete foreigner. So this flat was actually bought under my wife's name. Number 6, this one is big as well. Healthcare is way cheaper when you're a PR or a citizen. Hospitals and clinics have a different rate depending on your citizenship status. So right now, as a complete foreigner, I have to pay I think around like 150% or even more. I have to do more research because luckily I didn't really have to visit clinics and hospitals so far. So I did my research and found an interesting data. This is the rate card at a polyclinic, and you can see that the consultation for a Singapore citizen is only $13.20 and $26 for PR. However, for non-residents, the price is $51.50. That's almost double of a PR. Okay, next we're moving on to the cons. これも気になる方多いと思いますが、一番大きなものは、CPF って言われるものに、強制加入になります。So what happens is that 20% of your monthly salary will be deducted, and that 20% will go to your CPF account. And also your employer will add 17% of your monthly salary. So the CPF account is like your money for retirement. You can also use the money for healthcare, buying houses. 日本の年金と似てるんですが、ちょっと違うところがあって、日本の場合は、毎月天引きされたのがこの国の運用する大きな箱に、お金が毎月吸い上げられて、そこから、リタイアした人に分配されるじゃないですか。CPF の場合は、毎月天引きされるっていう点では一緒なんですが、自分の口座です。これは自分だけが使えるものになります。だからすごい公平なんですよね。だから働いたら働いた分だけ自分に還元されると。逆に言うと、あんまり働いてこなかった人っていうのは、その口座にお金がたまりませんので、リタイアの資金があんまり得られないっていう。And I listed this down as a con, but it can also be a pro because 20% will be deducted. However, your employer will also top on 17%. So it's like almost free money you get. Number 2, you must serve national service, meaning you have to go to the military at age 18. So this is probably one of the biggest disadvantages if you become a PR. But however, I will most likely be exempted because the PR should be acquired through this professional skilled worker scheme. I forgot the name, but something like that. So it's not really a con for me, but for example, I'm Japanese and my wife is Japanese and my kid is Japanese. If I converted him to a PR when he's like 14, he will need to serve NS. で僕の場合は妻がシンガポール人で僕も今シンガポール住んでるので、僕が PR であろうがなかろうが多分その息子っていうのは、NS 徴兵に行くことになります。だから僕にとっては永住権取ったところで、僕の将来生まれてくるかもしれない男の子の運命は変わらないわけですよ。2年間徴兵に行きます。で徴兵っていうと結構ネガティブなイメージで語られること多いんですよね。その、危ないとか、男の子の貴重な2年間、18歳ですからね、を無駄にしてるとか、いろいろあるんですけど、ポジティブな面もあると思うんですよね。単純に精神力が強くなるとか、肉体的にも強くなるとか、こう国に従事するわけですから、シンガポール人としてのその誇りとかプライドっていうのも身につくと思うんですよ。And the last con is that going to a casino will no longer be free. So as a foreigner, I can enjoy casino free. I can just go to Marina Bay Sands right now and I can drink a cup of Milo, a cup of Coke and go out completely free. But after obtaining a PR, I will have to pay I think it was like $100 to enter the casino. So 今正直そんなカジノ行ってないんで、これはどっちでもいいかなって感じですね。Yeah, so I'm very excited and nervous at the same time. I hope you guys can pray for me. Alright, before ending the vlog, let me show you something. Check this out. Whoa, I recently bought myself some Nintendo Switch. I got some Mario Kart, Zelda, 3D Mario. なんか1週間に1回ぐらいスイッチのことを調べてる自分がいたので、もう買っちゃえっていう感じで買っちゃいました。If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. Sorry, this is completely irrelevant to the topic, but yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my game. See you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.